central square with cars parked around it. And again, I'm trying to imagine what it would be like today without parking. In the 1940s, as we mentioned here, so 1947, the first meters, 285 of them. I think the total investment was $1,500. 6-month trial period, 5 cents for an hour, and if you got a violation, it was going to cost you $1. The revenue was used for roads and bridges. And here's the quote from Mayor Farmer that John mentioned earlier on, recognizing that this was an important and progressive step in attempting to solve an existing problem. So support for the trial period wasn't universal. The Sentinel reported that merchants complained that, quote, 1 hour metered parking makes customers jumpy and anxious to return to their cars before they're tagged by police. The cost of the meters was paid off in less than 2 years from the revenue that was generated. In 1956, Congress passes the National System of Interstate and Defense Highways, called for 41,000 miles of new highway, making transportation by automobile convenient and more accessible. Good. Across the country, cars become the de facto mode of travel, no longer a luxury. The cars proliferated, and the shape of our cities and towns changed in response. The roads grew wider, highways were built to connect far-off places, and demand for parking to serve our travel habits grew exponentially. In the book Asphalt Nation, author Jane Holtz-Kay reported that for every car in the country, there were 3 parking spaces. And at the time, well, looking back to the last census in 2010, the number of vehicles in this country was 240 million, which gives you a sense of what it must take to park all those cars in the various locations. So in the 1950s, clearly Keene is experiencing the growing influence of the automobile. And in the photo here, you can notice the parking meters that are in the stalls in front of the buildings and, in fact, down the middle of Main Street. A little tough to tell in this photo. So sorry.